I'd like to invite all the children to come down to our usual spot for our time together. Come on. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. It was around spring break, and at the Trinity Park, the duck pond was open, and there were 2 long lines of ducks ready to get into the pond. And the lines were long because it was Half Price Wednesday. So it was only 25 cents for each duck to get into the pond, and the lines, they were backed up all the way to I-30 and University. It was a real mess. But there they were, with their quarters, getting ready in 2 straight lines to pay their quarter to the gatekeeper so that they could go into the pond. But guess what? Here's the deal. The 2 ducks that were in front of each line were so excited to be the first one to get in line to go to the pond that they waddled away from home and they each forgot their quarter. So we have 2 lines of ducks, long lines of ducks, ready to get into the duck pond. And the lines aren't moving because the first duck in each line does not have a quarter. Well, in one line over here, the ducks behind were getting really mad and they were quacking angrily. Quack, 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 quack. And tail feathers were getting ruffled. And they kept quacking at the duck right in the front, but the duck in front was like, no, this is my spot in line. I'm not moving. I got here first. I don't have a quarter, but I am not moving. And all the ducks in that line were very angry. Everyone was angry in that line, and that line did not move at all. Meanwhile, in the other line, we had the same kind of thing going on. We had a duck in the front who had forgotten to bring her quarter to get into the duck pond. And she tried to pay the gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper said, no pay, no pond. What? But I really want to... I'm sorry, man. Those are the rules. The very second duck in line got out of line and came to the front and said, excuse me, what seems to be the trouble? And the gatekeeper said, this duck here thinks she can go swim in the pond, but I told her, no pay, no pond. She doesn't have 25 cents, she can't get in. And that duck said, oh. Then she looked at the duck in the front and said, here you go, have this quarter. And he shared a quarter with the duck in front. And the duck in front said, oh, here you go. And the gatekeeper said, right this way, ma'am, right into the pond. So in goes the duck to start swimming. Well, the second duck, who had handed over a quarter, went to the front, and the gatekeeper said, quarter, please. The second duck said, well, I gave my quarter to the first duck. I don't have a quarter. No pay, no pond. Well, the third duck comes up and says, what seems to be the trouble? This guy gave away his quarter, and he thinks he's just going to get into the pond just like that. But I'm no sucker. No pay, no pond. So the third duck hands over the quarter to the second duck. Second duck goes in and pays. Meanwhile, in the other side, all those ducks in their line, they're still quacking angrily. They're waddling about, stamping their little webbed feet, talking about how they should have gone to the pond out in Dallas. I mean, it's a real disaster. But no one is moving. Meanwhile, in the other pond, little by little, slowly but surely, each duck in line pays the way of the duck in front. While one line isn't moving and they're getting madder and madder, each duck pays for the one in front. I know what you're thinking, but the duck in the end, at the very back, what's going to happen to her? Because she pays a quarter for the duck in front, and then she comes up, no quarter. Well, by that time, even the gatekeeper, who the whole time had said no pay, no pond, said, you know what? You ducks are all right. I like your style. Go on ahead. And you know, those ducks didn't think about what should be. They thought about what could be. And because they opened their hearts to love and giving, not only did all those ducks get to go into the pond, But they were even able to change the mind of the gatekeeper. Meanwhile, the other line of ducks are still standing there. If you drive by I-30, you'll see them. All right, now I want to close with something. This is a song. We're actually going to sing a call-in response. I'm going to just practice, and we make congregation, if you'll help. And I mean, it's not often I get to work with the Texas Boy Choir, but there you are. If I did a musical call like this, da 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 dum dum, you would all go. Good, you're so smart. But instead of just going dun 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 dun, since it's a song about ducks, you're all going to sing quack quack. Quack, quack. Now let's get our duck voices going, okay? I'll sing a call. You respond with your duckiest quack, quacks. Here we go. Help others with love. Serve others with love. Show others God's love. Lift others with love. Help others with love. Serve others with love. Serve others with love. Share God's love. Live in love, for God is love. And all you can say after that is, Amen. Quack, quack. Have a great day.